Welcome everyone, another episode of Cricket Adda, and now I'm being joined by senior Pakistani cricket analyst Mr. Mazhar Arshad. Mazhar, first of all, thank you so much for joining, giving your valuable time. Must be very disappointed the way Pakistan fought a lot of expectation about repeating 1992 final.
I think batting was a bit disappointing, but the way the bowlers they have carried the team, I mean, they put a fight while defending a very small total 137, and I think that the major reason behind Pakistan's qualification until the final was because of their bowling. They are easily the best bowling unit in the tournament, but yes, I think batting it was below par once again. And as you said, that there were a lot of expectations that it will be a repeat of that 1992 final when Pakistan won here 30 years ago in Melbourne against the same team. But I think England today they were a better side.
Mazhar, I asked the same question to both English captain Josh Butler as well as Adil Rashid. Isn't it quite strange that earlier subcontinental teams, whether it's India, Pakistan, or Sri Lanka, they were seen as innovators in white ball cricket, daredevilry approach. England was a bit conservative always. Now the tables have turned and so dramatically.
Absolutely, I think when the T20 cricket started, I mean, India they won the first T20 World Cup, and then Pakistan they won the second one. And if you look at the first 3 years, Pakistan they had the highest win percentage from 2007 to 2010. So yeah, I think it's a fair point that India and Pakistan they used to be ahead of their time when this format started. And India, I mean, they are also the pioneers of T20 cricket in a way that they started IPL, and a lot of people they go to IPL and learn cricket. So I mean, yeah, it's a bit maybe I think that maybe India and Pakistan they are playing with the same method, and the other teams they are now more advanced. Like we saw today, I mean the team was under pressure. They were 2 wickets down, and still Josh Butler he was playing those innovative shots, the high risk cricket, the which we call. So I think it's a fair point that subcontinent teams, but even to an extent Sri Lanka. I mean Sri Lanka they had a very good team at the start of T20s. When the T20 cricket started, they played 3 finals. Pakistan they played 3 finals. So yeah, considering that, I think that now the subcontinent teams they have gone behind compared to other teams.
You travel across the world with different broadcasting team, come up with different analysis. Do you think that England's template of seven bowling options and the batting deep, even at number 11, Adil Rashid with so many first class 100, that is the approach India and Pakistan should try to emulate?
Well, I think Pakistan they were also playing with the 7 bowlers. I mean, if Thakar was the 7th bowler, Muhammad Nawaz did not bowl. I think that the problem is batting. Yeah, yes, England they have the depth in batting, but their batters they also know how to play modern day cricket, like which is high risk batting. I mean, somebody like Liam Livingston, Josh Butler, Alex Sales, all of them they are very aggressive players. But if we compare it with Pakistan or India teams, they will hardly have 1 or 2 hitters. In the current Pakistan team, I cannot think of anyone apart from Muhammad Haris who can play who can play cricket with modern day intent. And if we see India's team, then maybe only Hardik Pandya and Surya Kumar Yadav. So I think not only subcontinent teams they need depth in their batting, but they also need batters who can play according to modern day demands.
England has definitely revolutionized the T20 cricket, and they have a different setup altogether, coaching setup. Do you think this is something now both the subcontinental giants must look at, like even the selectors who have played T20 cricket, or the separate coaches, separate selectors? The time has come.
Well, to be fair, see if you look at Rahul Dravid, he joined the team maybe only a year ago, so it's very unfair to judge him only after one event. And then also if you look at India's approach in the semi-final, which they lost against England, they were like 62 after 10 overs, and Virat Kohli he played an innings of 50 runs of 40 balls. I mean Virat Kohli does not need a coach to know that in modern day cricket you cannot be 50 or 40 balls. Same goes for New Zealand. I think Kane Williamson he was a bit conservative in that semi-final against Pakistan. And most of the times Pakistan batters they are also they also make this mistake, but their bowling is because they have such a good bowling lineup, so sometimes it does not reflect in their performances. So I think more than coaching, it's also the players who need to realize that they need to play with aggressive intent.
Mazhar, my final question. Even during at their prime, the Australians didn't have the T20 World Cup as well as ODI World Cup, something which England had achieved, which no team has ever done in international cricket. How do you look at this achievement from that perspective?
I think it won't be wrong to say that England is the greatest white ball team of this era. The Australia's team in late 90s and early 2000 when they were winning every World Cup. I think England now they have that status because they are the first men's team who have held a title of ODI cricket and T20 World Cup at the same time. And even the games which they have lost, like the last semi-final in Abu Dhabi, it was a very close game. And the one game which they lost in Kolkata, the final, when Carlos Brathwaite hit 4 sixes, it was also a very close game. So they have like really dominated cricket. And one thing we should not forget is that they were playing this even without some of the major players. I mean, there was no David Malan today. There was no Mark Wood. There was no Reece Topley. There was no Jofra Archer. There was no Johnny Bairstow. So, if a team can win a World Cup without their 4 or 5 key players, it shows how much depth they have in their talent. So, yeah, I think right now a lot of teams they need to learn from England, the way they play their cricket and the way they have allowed their cricketers to play all over the world, and that is helping their white ball culture as well.
Thanks, Mazhar, for your valuable time. And that's all we have from Melbourne.